welcome everyone. Welcome back to Beyond Our Universe Tarot. Today we are going to be doing Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. And make sure that you take a look at the other videos to look at your rising sign or your moon sign for an accurate depiction of what the rest of March will bring for you. But welcome. I do weekly readings. I've been here for about 5 years Beyond Our Universe. But welcome to the channel here. And I just want to let you know that if you would like to schedule a personal reading with me, I do have personal readings available on my website at www.beyondouruniversetarot.com. Again, that's www.beyondouruniversetarot.com. If you have a burning question or any spiritual guidance, please don't be afraid to hit me up. Excuse me, everyone. Okay, so tonight's readings are going to be live. So whatever spirit gives us tonight is what we're going to rock with. We're going to roll with that. And it's live, it's unedited, it's off the cuff. So you are seeing me pull cards in real time. And so whatever messages come out tonight. All right, so first we're going to go ahead and get ready to get started. But before we do, we're going to clear the energy. So if you have any headphones, please make sure you turn those down. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to take a look here at the Sacred Destiny Oracle for Aquarius. I want to see what your theme is for the rest of this month. So we're going to shuffle here and see what lays in store for you. Ooh, okay, Aquarius, you have the release card. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to read to you what the release card entails. Okay. All right, so it's called Autumn Light. The cooler days and change of color in the leaves mark the seasonal change from summer to autumn. The bracing wind wildly flings the red, orange, and yellow leaves from the trees as they spiral to the dampened dark earth. Lingering sunshine filters through the canopy of vividly colored leaves, creating an autumnal glow. In the great cycle of life, fall is the time of letting go, just as spring is the time of new birth. And summer, the time of expansion and growth, fall is the time of the harvest. It is the time to begin the inward journey into the restoring and renewing season of winter. Well, this message is befitting for Aquarius because we are the rebels. So it would just be Aquarius as we're going into springtime to get a fall time card. All right, but let's see what the Sacred Landscape card wants you to know. When you receive this card, it is time to let go and surrender. Let go of situations, people, and objects that do not serve you. Let go of outdated, self-limiting beliefs that drag you down. This is a time of stripping away superficial distractions until you reach who you are at your core. If you are holding on to the old, it is difficult for anything new to come into your life. Begin to clear your home and living environments of clutter. If you don't love it or use it, it's probably clutter. Clear it out of your space. It's time for a detox. To get ready for the new, you must release the old. Excuse me, Aquarius. All right, so those of you that may probably already know, Pluto is already in Aquarius. It came in earlier this year. And what that basically means, your whole life is going to totally transform over the next 19 years, okay? So be looking at a totally different life. And some of those transformations are already starting to take place for most of you Aquarians. I know myself, I am feeling totally different about things than I did last year. I'm wanting a totally new life. And some of you are probably wanting that too. So you're going to see transformations with your job or career. You may see transformations in your relationships, your marriages. You may also see transformations in your personal appearance, how you dress, how you see yourself. You know, you may want to reinvent yourself to be a totally brand new person or a different person than what you were before. So keep that in mind, Aquarius. A lot of things are going to be changing for you over the years, especially this year and as we transition with Pluto. So just know that if you are feeling that you're wanting something new or different, this is not by coincidence. This is by design of the highest order here. All right, let's take a look at your career, Aquarius. Let's see what is coming for you in March. We're going to look at some tarot cards. Okay. All right, so this flew out. So we're going to turn the cards over and take a look at what messages are around you. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, wow. Unexpected. Okay. This Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. We're going to read it just as it is. Okay, so for your career and money and finances, we do have the Devil card here. Okay. So, Aquarius, some of you could be dealing with some fear or feeling restricted. Maybe it's due to the fact that maybe there could be changes in the job place. Maybe you're fearful that you're going to lose your job, or maybe you're fearful that you won't find a job if you're currently out of work. Okay, so Spirit says that we really need to be mindful of our thoughts here, okay, because it does look very scary with what's going out here in the world, especially with so many jobs and places laying off or closing down or shuttering their doors. But Spirit says to stay determined, okay? Aquarius, you're a visionary, so you can see things ahead of time. So some of you may be feeling some very negative or toxic energies where you're working at, or you're just feeling toxic energies just in general with family members or friends. So please be mindful to separate yourself from that energy whenever you can, because you're very positive, Aquarius, but you're also very realistic. And so we don't want you to focus on so much the negative, but focus on the positive here, okay? Even though when it feels like there's no positive to focus on, you've got to focus on something, so that way we can bring ourselves into the next level. You've got to remember we are in 2026, which is the year of the Magician. And with the year of the Magician, that indicates transformation, resources, and also manifesting. And Aquarius is very, very good with manifesting, okay? We can manifest things with this sign a little bit faster than some other signs can. So just be mindful of what you're thinking. If you're thinking something negative, you can manifest something negative. If you're thinking something positive, you can definitely draw more positive opportunities towards you. All right, so we move into the Ace of Pentacles, which is in reverse. Okay, so this could mean maybe a lack of a job, or lack of getting jobs or finding employment. That's what it could also mean. Maybe you've had a tough time in finding employment. There could be financial loss or missed opportunities. Maybe somebody called you for a job and you just weren't able to get to the phone fast enough, or you didn't respond to email fast enough, and then all of a sudden that opportunity just kind of lost you by there. So some of you could be dealing with that as well. All right, but the good news of it is we do have the Star card, Aquarius, and you know what the Star card means. If you are a tarot reader, this is one of the best cards that you can get in tarot, and it's also it also represents the sign of Aquarius. Okay, so Spirit says they want you to continue to have hope and faith and be inspired. So let something inspire you. It's time for you to maybe go into some meditation. If you're not sure about what to do about a certain particular situation. And Aquarians, we have to have a lot of alone time. So I'm an Aquarius sun myself. We require lots of time, sometimes in isolation or spending time alone. That's when the answers come to us. When we're around too many people, or we're crowded with too many things going on at one time, it's very hard for us to focus. And I feel like once you get by yourself, or you're in a place of stillness, that's when the voice will speak to you. That's when the Spirit will speak to you and show you what you need to be doing, or what your next move is, okay? But continue to have hope and faith here. That's the main message. And release old things that no longer serve you. Okay. All right, Aquarius. I'm going to pull another card, or whatever comes out. Okay. Oh, Lord, Aquarius. Okay, so the first card that we have is the nursing card. So a lot of you that may be looking at this video, you may be nurses or work in the healthcare related field. If you're looking to go into nursing, just know that this may be Spirit's way of encouraging you to do that, because it is a field where you can always find employment. You can always find work. Just know that if you've been wondering, is this the right move for me to make? Spirit is saying yes. So if you're seeing this, you're watching this, and nursing comes up, and you're CNA, or you've never worked in healthcare before, but you're thinking about considering a job, a career in nursing, definitely this is your time to make that move. Okay, so some of you are nurses already. All right, so we have the card of stolen money or valuables. All right, so Aquarius, you may have to watch out for some sticky fingers around you, or around your home, or around your workplace. Again, this could be coming back to the devil energy of toxic energies around you. So some of you may experience loss this month. Someone may steal your wallet, or they may steal a valuable piece that you have, or something that's valuable to you, or money out of your pocketbook. So please make sure, since we got this message, that you're looking after your valuables. Make sure that you keep things locked up and put away. You don't keep things out in the open or sitting out where someone can quickly grab them. Make sure you're locking your car doors, you're locking all of your windows, you're locking your home, because it could be stolen money or valuables that happens for you this month. All right, so the next card that we have is paying off credit cards. Okay, so some of you may be paying off credit cards, or you're looking to work a second job, or working extra hours to get yourself out of debt. That is a great thing to do, Aquarius, because I feel like this will free you up to where you won't have to work as much, or be burdened with a lot of debt. So I do see some of you doing that. Okay. We have the card of boundaries, saying no without guilt, protecting your time and energy, teaching people how to treat you. This is my line. Okay, Aquarius. So some of you are going to be setting forth boundaries when it's regarding your job. This can go in multiple different areas. It could be that maybe your job is requiring you to answer the phone, or to answer emails or text messages, and you're not getting paid for that time. That could be, and you may need to set some boundaries just to cut off your phone, or put it on do not disturb. Some of you may also be experiencing boundaries, or having to put up boundaries around coworkers. Coworkers that want to hang out with you after work, and maybe you just don't trust them, or maybe you just want to go to work and simply just go home. It's nothing personal. It's nothing that you have against them. It's just that you simply just want to do your work and go home. It's okay to set boundaries, and you don't have to tell somebody, well, I don't really make friends with people that I work with. You don't have to do that, but you could just simply say, well, I'm very busy, or I have, family to take care of, or have other things that I'm really working on right now. Or also, I'm seeing some of you where you have coworkers that want to join your social media. This could be Instagram, or Facebook, or TikTok, or something like that. And you may feel uncomfortable about that. You know what I mean? It may be that you may not have anything inappropriate on your Facebook or on your TikTok, but you feel like it's kind of personal for you. So you kind of feel like you don't want to have to deal with them at work, and then deal with them outside of work too on social media. So it's okay to certainly set boundaries. I've often said that for those that have coworkers that want to join you on Facebook, it should be a no. The reason why I say that is because oftentimes people just want to be nosy to see what your family looks like, where you live, what you're doing, and just kind of be nosy about your life. So I've always suggested to get you a second Facebook account, one that's just for coworkers, or people that you really don't have a real, that are just acquaintances. Therefore, you got the second account where they can just, guys can share your thoughts, or share stories, or whatever, but it's not too personal. They're not really seeing your personal thoughts or feelings about things. Because I feel like once you're off the job, whatever you do is your business. As long as it's not hurting anybody, it's nothing that's, racist, homophobic, or terrible, or, goes against, is a crime. However you think and feel is your business. You know what I mean? It's your business. Like I said, as long as it's not doing anything ugly to other human beings, it's your business. If you want to tell a little dirty joke, you should be able to do that if that's what you want to do. All right, so we also have power couples. So two strong energies aligning, building together, not competing, inspiring others. Love as a team sport. Okay, Aquarius. So you could have somebody at work that you are aligned with, a work buddy or somebody, a work mate. You know, sometimes people will have a work husband or a work wife, somebody that they just talk to, they have fun with, they have a really good relationship with, or they're just a really good work buddy. I see some of you leaning on your buddy this month and just having a good time and just helping each other out. All right, so that's all that I have for Aquarius for the month of March for career and finance. Spirit just wants you to stay determined and also keep a positive attitude that if you can, and just make sure that you're looking out, making sure that, you know, you don't keep your valuables out in plain sight, that you're just taking extra precautions. Because remember, Mercury is in retrograde, so there's a lot of issues when Mercury in retrograde comes about. So just make sure that you're taking extra precautions to keep yourself and your valuables safe. All right, so we're going to start getting into romance here for the single Aquarians. Spirit, please show me what is coming for Aquarians and romance or dating. Okay. Okay, so we're going to use this card. Okay. Well, it looks pretty good for you, Aquarius, if you are single. We have the Sun card, we have the Three of Wands, and we have the King of Wands. All right, so there's a lot of Wands energy here. It's very possible that you could be meeting up with a fire sign, single Aquarians. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The Sun card is here, so I feel like you're going to feel pretty hopeful, pretty optimistic, joyful, and have some fun this month. We have the Three of Wands, which is about visions, goals, and growth. So I feel like, again, you're going to be making plans with possibly someone that could be coming your way. You could be making plans to go out on a date or to have some fun together or spend some quality time. We also have King of Wands. So King of Wands is dating someone that could be very confident. This person is very expressive. So they could be in the entertainment industry, or they could be an influencer. They could be somebody that's very confident in their stance, how they feel about things, how their attitude. Someone also that's physically fit. That could also be something else that you may, someone else that you may be bumping into. Takes really good care of themselves, smells good. Loves to wear awesome clothes. All right, so let's see, what types of people are you going to be bumping into, Aquarius? Okay, first card we have is the Casanova, known as a player, has many women on the side, walking red flag, performative, may use pickup lines, has an arrogant disposition. Oh, Lord. Okay, so you could be messing with somebody that's a player, but you're going to be able to spot it right away, okay? So just know that this is not the person that you're going to be settling down with, but you could have a little fun with. But just know if you go on a date with this person, they're going to be checking their phone like every 2 minutes, always going to the bathroom. You know how it is. All right, so we have the builder. So works in construction, handyman, outdoor work, electrician, mechanic, builds homes and buildings. Job can be dangerous. All right, so this is someone that works really, really hard. This is someone that also works with their hands, that likes to build things. And I'm seeing that here as well. That could be somebody that you could be bumping into. Okay, we'll pull a third type of archetype of a person you could be dealing with. Okay, the mysterious one. So very private, doesn't share life openly, detective undercover, person of few words, can be secretive, leaves others wandering. All right, so you could be dealing with somebody that is very, very mysterious, or has a mysterious way about them. Maybe they don't like to be in the public. Maybe they don't even have social media. Maybe they're very private about their life, or if they do have social media, what you see is very limited. You know, they've put everything on private, or you know, they only have like one picture up, so you can't really see anything else. And I feel like they just like it that way. They just like being private and someone that's not displaying their life for everybody to be able to see, which can be good in some ways. That could be good in some ways. Okay. All right, so let's pull up a couple more cards for you, single Aquarians. But it looks, overall, your dating life looks pretty good this month. So you could be bumping into any of these archetypes here and fire signs. Okay. All right, so we have envy watching. Silent followers secretly studying your moves, pretending not to care, but always watching your glows bother their shadows. All right, Aquarius, you could be dealing with a hater, somebody that hates to see you win. They know that you're very confident about yourself, that you're very happy, that you keep an optimistic attitude. You just, you know, you take no prisoners. You just take life as it comes. You know what I mean? You just chill. And some people don't like that. They're very disturbed. Like, your peace disturbs their spirit. You know, if you're a person that likes to just be at peace, you like to keep things chill, you don't like to be in drama, you don't give a damn about gossiping, you just want to make your coins, or you just like dating, but you're not really worried about being in a relationship like other people, it disturbs them. It's like, you know, why is this person at so much peace and I'm going through chaos and I'm going through this, and it seems like nothing bad ever happens. But the truth is that bad things do happen to you. Things do come up, things do happen, but you don't post about it and you don't blast it all on social media for everybody to know, because you feel like it's none of nobody's business. And number two, you feel like people don't really care. You know, they always want to hear other people doing bad or something that happens to them. So they're that way, you know, you feel like they get some sort of sick satisfaction out of it anyways. So you're already like ahead of the curve here. So just know that there could be somebody that like that you could be dealing with. But, you know, you're Aquarius, you're unbothered anyways. So if you feel like if you're not making any money off of it, or it's not bringing an advantage in your life, who cares? You know what I mean? But just know that that could be an energy that you could be dealing with this month. All right, so single Aquarians, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good month for you guys. All right, so we're going to get into Aquarius no contact. So if you are in a no contact situation through your own self, maybe you cut off contact with this person, or this person cut off contact with you and you're not talking, you're not communicating at all. This could be somebody that you used to date or you were talking to, and the connection it's just gone. So let's see what types of scenarios or situations could have gotten you to this point. Okay, and this is not going to resonate with everyone, but take what resonates and just throw the rest out if it don't resonate. But it's going to resonate with somebody. All right, so let's see. Oh, I grabbed the wrong deck. Lord have mercy. All right, let me get this deck. I knew it felt awfully thin. Okay, so why is Aquarius or some Aquarians in a no contact situation? Okay. Okay, so the card of needing rescuing came out. Okay, so you were waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. Okay, Aquarius, you could have been dealing with someone that was very, very needy. Okay, you know those types of people, they're clingy, they want something all the time. They're always the victim. They're always the victim. Oh, she dumped me, or oh, he dumped me. And you, as you get to know this person, you kind of see why that happened to them. Maybe they had some toxic ways about things, or they were extremely selfish, or they just could not see themselves. So you could be dealing with somebody that needed rescuing, and you were just tired of, you know, throwing out the life raft every time. Or they could be asking you for money all the time. You know what I mean? That type of person is asking you for something all the time. while you're struggling and trying to make ends meet and doing what you need to do. So that could be one situation. So let's take a look at the next situation. And when they realized that they couldn't get what they wanted out of you, or you weren't going to give them what they were asking, then the phone got quiet. Or maybe you just decided to block that person. Perfectly understandable. Okay. All right, so the next scenario is pent-up anger. You have unresolved feelings from your past that make you resentful towards others. Okay, Aquarius, you could have been dealing with an angry person, a person that was not very happy about their lives, angry for no good reason. You understand that maybe they had a difficult childhood, or maybe, somebody shitted on them in a relationship, took all their money, or, didn't do right by this person. But hey, it's not your fault. And it's not that you're not compassionate. It's not that you don't understand. It's just simply that you realize, I don't want to deal with somebody that's angry all the time. I don't want to deal with somebody that I can't let my guard down. I can't rest in this person's energy. I'm feeling like this person is not, opening up to me the way that I need them to. That can be very difficult. I've dealt with people like that where they were very angry. And it's like they made you pay for what their ex did, or they made you pay for what somebody else did or didn't do in their life in the past. So that's why some of you are in no contact situations and you had to cut off from this person. All right. The question is, will this person reach back out to you? Are you going to get a message from this person? Maybe they had some really good ways about them. They were funny. They were very attractive. But it's just, you just couldn't deal with it. Okay. Eight of Swords. I'm going to say no. With the Eight of Swords, it feels like mentally trapped or stuck. I think this person still thinks about you. And you may still even think about this person like you had some great times. You had some fun energy, great chemistry. Maybe they were a great lover. Maybe they were somebody that you could talk to and you could have a lot of fun with. But those issues were just huge red flags and they just got in the way. But I'm going to say no. I think this person is probably either afraid to call you or talk to you. Maybe they feel ashamed. Or they still could be in that anger to where they feel like you're the reason, you're the fault. And they're just seeing themselves as the victim here. So I'm going to say no on that. And you're better off without having this person approach you or talk with you anymore. All right. So next, that's all I have for no contact. Very interesting messages that came up here. All right, so this is for the Aquarians that are married or in relationships. How is this month going to go? How's the rest of this month going to go? Okay. And welcome, everyone. This is a live collective reading, so all messages are totally unedited, off the cuff. What you see is what you're getting right now. Please don't forget to hit that like button and share button. And please check out your moon and rising signs as well. All right. And thank you so much. All right. So this is for married Aquarius. Okay. So we have the Judgment card. We have King of Cups. And we have Knight of Wands. And you don't have to be married. You could be an Aquarius that's already in a relationship. All right, so we have the Judgment card. I see some of you could be in separation from your mate or husband or wife or partner. And you're thinking about getting back with this person. Should you get back with this person? I would say yes. As long as you're comfortable with it and you've worked on your issues. We have the King of Cups here. So the King of Cups represents love. It represents balance. It represents harmony. Okay, cooperation, working together. So I feel like this person misses you as well, or they're willing to try to work things out with you. I feel like some of you had a big fight. There could have been issues that came up in the past where you just separated, you broke up. So just know that this person, you definitely could be getting back with this person. We also have the Knight of Wands, which is about passion, courage, and adventure. So if there hasn't been a break in the relationship where you have not seen each other physically or you have not been intimate with one another, know that is coming. know that it could be job related as well. Maybe you're having to travel for your career, or maybe you're having to take care of a sick loved one and you had to leave the house and maybe travel quite a distance, and you know, maybe you got upset about that, or your partner got upset about that. But I do see reconciliations here. And I see with the Judgment card, it's all about reawakenings, rebirths, and going back to something sometimes. But when we go back to something, we go back to it in a better way. We have more information. We can deal with things a lot better. We're not going back to it the same way that we were. So it's an improved reconciliation or an improved situation here. All right, so let me see what else is going on for married Aquarians or Aquarians in relationships. Okay. All right, so we have money talk. Finances affecting love, power, support, or control through cash. Time to be honest about goals. Count the cost. All right, Aquarius. Okay, so some of you could be going through financial strains here, or you feel like more money is being spent than needs to be spent, or you have to tighten up on certain areas with the cash flow. I am seeing that here, and you and your mate are going to have the conversation. This could also be related if you and your mate are separated and you're living in two different households. Too much money is being spent. If one person's in another household, you're there. So you may have to consolidate, and that's another thing that you need to talk about to try to conserve cash, okay? It may be time to downsize, buy another home, a smaller home, or, you know, you may want to even think about downsizing your cars. If you have a lot of cars, you may want to get rid of one or two of them. To where, you know, you don't have to pay all the insurance and upkeep and maintenance, just things like that. So just make sure that you're having the talk of money with your mate to make sure that you're both on the same page, and looking at your accounts and your expenses and expenditures, what's going in and what's coming out, okay? I feel like this will definitely help to lessen strain on the relationship and stress on the relationship. Okay, we'll pull one more. All right, so we have wake up call. Okay, so sudden clarity. You can't unsee the truth. Universe is ringing the alarm. Pay attention now. Okay, Aquarius, some of you are going to be receiving a wake up call in regards to your life and or relationship here. Okay, it's something that needs attention. It's the elephant in the room. You need to quit dancing around something. If you've got a situation that needs to be corrected, it is time for that to happen. You may receive a tower moment. You may receive a wake-up call to where Spirit is saying, okay, you got to get your shit together. You got to start doing things better. You got to start doing things right, or this relationship's not going to make it. All right? So some of you may receive that light bulb moment where you get absolute clarity about a situation that you were unclear about. Again, we go back to the very beginning with the release card, letting go of people and things that no longer serve us. So if you're at a place in your life where something needs to go, something needs to be gotten rid of or shed of, it's time for you to make that move. And you're going to have a wake-up call in regards to that, Aquarius. You're going to have a wake-up call that's going to say, okay, I need to make a change or transformation in my life in some sort of way. And you'll know what that is. It could be in various different things, but I'm seeing this here for relationships mainly. All right, so Aquarius, for married Aquarians, it looks okay for you guys this month. Okay, so some of you are going to be getting back together with your partner. Some of you are going to be making some changes and having lots of discussions or talks that are necessary. All right, so that's it for romance and love that I have for Aquarius this month. Next, we are going to be moving into overall messages that Spirit has for you. So we're going to see what else Spirit has to say for you, Aquarius. What else do you have for Aquarius, Spirit? Okay. Death. We have the card of death. Okay. All right, so some of you will be experiencing endings in certain things and transformations. Okay, you're going to be feeling a pull to make a change big time this month for the month of March. It feels like something needs to end, okay? It feels like you've been wanting something to end for a while. Maybe you haven't had the courage to do it, or you just don't know how to do it. But Spirit says you're going to have that wake-up call. You're going to receive clarity on whatever it is and how to do it. So don't worry so much about, you know, how to do it. It will happen. Something's going to happen to where you're going to know, okay, this is my definitive moment of when I need to let this go. All right, so we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so Page of Cups could be about new love arrival, or it can be about creativity as well. So some of you may be seeing sparks of creativity this month. Spirit could be warning you that maybe you're being a little bit too serious about life. When we look at the news right now, I mean, it's all kinds of mess going on. It makes us very depressed or feel defeated. But Spirit says they want you to spark into that inner child, that inner creativity, to kind of lighten your mood and kind of change the trajectory of the energies that's going on within your life. It's okay to be silly. It's okay to paint, draw, do music, or do whatever it is that gives you some happiness and some youthfulness. That's what Spirit keeps whispering to me. You need to feel youthful. You have felt drained. You have felt tired. You have felt bombarded. You have felt overwhelmed. And it's almost like a kid going into an amusement park or going to a concert where you feel that, but those butterflies and that surge of adrenaline and energy is something that makes you happy. It's something that gives you joy. And you need that again. So it's okay to do something different. Okay, you may have to pull something nostalgic from your past to come towards you to help you with that. Okay, let me pull one more card. And then we'll go to some other few messages before we clear out. All right, so we have King of Pentacles. Okay. All right, so with the King of Pentacles, this can mean prosperity, leadership, and determination. So Spirit wants you to stay very determined in whatever it is that you're looking to do. Some of you will be doing pretty well financially this month, okay? Getting ahead of your finances is very important, Aquarius, because this is going to be a good money year for you. So please make sure that you are taking the leadership if you have to in your household or over your finances. Maybe you want to invest in the stock market, or you want to start saving and stacking your cash, or you may even be thinking about moving to someplace that's a little bit cheaper, or maybe getting a job as a manager or leader in something. This will bring you some cash here, but I do see a lot of you receiving money or getting more money this year. I don't know how that's going to happen for a lot of you, but when it comes to Spirit, they can do anything. So just know that, be open to possibilities and be open to infinite possibilities. I just saw the 8, the symbol of infinity. So don't question things all the time. Always know that when it comes to Spirit, they can pull rabbits out of a hat. Okay. Sometimes there are just things that just don't logically make sense. All right. So we're going to pull a couple of self-care messages for Aquarius. All right, Spirit, what self-care message do you have? Okay, plan a vacation. All right, Spirit wants you to take a vacation. You're long overdue, some of you. Okay, you've been worried about what's been going on the TV. Maybe you've been worried about your money. But trust me, you're going to find a way to make this vacation happen. It's necessary. You need to get near water to recharge. Water is very refreshing for you, Aquarius. You're the water bearer, so it's just very refreshing for you. It's renewed, and it just makes you feel more calmer and peaceful and tranquil. So I feel like some of you need to definitely take some time out. It's been a while. And I'm seeing some of you, it's been years since you've last had a vacation. So it's time for you to take some time away, get away from work, get away from everyday living, and just do something fun. I'm also, Spirit just shot me a message that some of you need to stop drinking so much coffee. It's taxing your nervous system. Like it's making you jittery and nervous. And if you've been experiencing a lot of anxiety, that's why. That's one of the reasons. So you need to decrease your coffee intake or drink decaf coffee. All right, so we have a sweet treat. Okay, so Spirit says it's time to get you a sweet treat. Maybe you want to get something sweet, some chocolate or a cake or muffins or candy or something like that. Just treat yourself, okay? All right, and the last card that we have is to connect with your ancestors. All right, so some of you, it may be time for you to build an altar for your ancestors. And if you don't want to do that, that's perfectly okay. What I do sometimes is I take a candle and I light it once a month. And I will say my ancestors' names, the ones that are deceased, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, in their memory and honor of them. I'll just light that candle and I'll say their names. And I've had some really crazy stuff happen out of that. I'll tell you a quick story. I know one time I had done that, and in my china cabinet, I had not turned on that light for years. Like it's something I just never mess with. And one morning I got up and all my lights in my china cabinet were completely on. And I had done that like the night before. So I knew it was my ancestors, my family reaching out to me to let me know that they had heard me. So it's time for some of you to do that, to get in connection with your ancestors, because they will help you if you ask. You know, if you need help with something, or you need something to be done, or you just want to feel the comfort of them being around you. They are there. They are watching you. They are cheering you on. And they are there in the spirit realm. So don't forget about your ancestors. All right, so we're going to pull our last two messages before we end the show. So Spirit, please show us, what messages do you have for Aquarius? What do you want to leave us with? Okay. Things are going to be turned in your favor. People that were against you all of a sudden will be for you. Ideas, creativity, promotion, contracts are going to come into your hands. All right, so if you are feeling stuck in any area of your life, whether it is in a relationship, a job, or just a situation, ask yourself, what is stopping me from leaving? Yes, leaving is scary, but sometimes it is the right step to take. Be brave. We are right beside you. All right, Aquarius, those are two gorgeous messages that we have received from Spirit tonight. I hope that you enjoyed this program and whatever messages resonated with you. Please know that Spirit has a divine message for you. And make sure you check out the other videos for your moon and rising signs. Well, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and share button. And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.